Before I let you guys hear the absolute game that Cozy, aka Icon, is about to put you guys onto, I want to tell you guys this that she's extremely humble. She earned over 40K profit this month. She said she's maybe gonna hit 20K profit. Keep in mind, this was filmed about 2 weeks ago from today, so not up to date with the full end of May numbers, but she crushed it in May. She's extremely humble. And I just want to show you guys, she did 9K in a day. She did 3.9K in a day, basically, almost 4K, 3.9K a day back-to-back days, 4.6K day, 5K day over here, 4.3K day, 1.1K day. She's extremely humble. She does not give herself enough credit. So I just want to tell you guys that give her some props, give her flowers, and enjoy the interview.
All right, can you explain to everybody who you are, what you're about, and what you've done within the past 2 to 3 months?
Yeah. So I am 35 years old. I got laid off in back in December of 2025. And then I decided not to go back to a 9 to 5 job, didn't send out any resumes right away. I've always dreamed of entrepreneurship, doing something, for myself, not just working for other people. But I've always let fear hold me back, and the fear of failure, actually, until life reminded me that, it's too short for that. Life is fragile. My biggest why here, just by doing this, is very simple. I wanted to be able to support my family, retire my parents, take care of them, and make the most of every day that God has given me.
I love that. I love
Um,
that. Just to ask, I want to know, like, how have the past 2 to 3 months been in terms of the earnings you've done? I really want to get into
yeah.
your story, but to give people the frame and really establish your authority here, I want to just give people perspective on how the past, again, 2 to 3 months have really been for you.
Yeah, it's exactly like 2 months in with Simple Media that I'm actually like 100% doing this. 2 months into affiliate marketing, I haven't looked back. First month I did my first first month I did 15,000, and the next month I am now on track to clear over $20,000 if my estimate is correct.
That's insane. For those
Yeah.
that are in the community, can I say or no? Can I say your username in Discord or?
Yeah.
So Cozy, this is Cozy. If you guys are in the community, Cozy is because I'm going to send this to the members in social media too. I want them to check it out. Everyone knows you in the community. Everyone knows you're absolutely crushing it. So yeah, first month 15K, and I believe you're going to do well over 20K this month. I saw your early numbers
Yeah.
already mid month. I think with the clicks you're getting and all that stuff, it should surpass 20K. So
Hmm.
I got to give it to you. It's insane. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. And I want to give now a little bit more frame to your story. So I know you talked about, you were working and then you got laid off. What did your day-to-day look like when you were like, actually working?
So as you probably don't know, I'm a marketer by profession. I do marketing almost half of my life. I work fully remote on my previous job. I would say it was my dream job. Fully remote, I get paid enough and quite a lot too compared to other, the average employee. I would say 230,000 a year with bonus and other stuff. So that is good
Hell yeah.
money. But eventually, when I had my baby or I had my kid, and something came up with my dad's diagnosis, it just completely changed my dream, or it just never gave me the fulfillment that I needed. It's an 8-hour day, so it's not very too, exhausting, but I still got burnt out because there's no fulfillment into what I'm doing. And I'm just always running on empty every day. It just doesn't feel like it's my purpose. It's my purpose. I also felt guilty not being able to be more present with my son, and I also couldn't visit my parents overseas whenever I want to. So I feel like my time wasn't mine. It's always, I traded freedom for a paycheck, and eventually it stopped being worth it for me.
I love that. And yeah, it's like, when you get put into that tough spot, like pressure makes diamonds, as we all know, right? The reason why I ever even started
Yeah.
making money online No, definitely a very different situation, but I can relate. It's like, when you're under a lot of pressure, it's you got to figure out a way. And I think your passion, your enthusiasm is incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, also by the way,
Can
that
I
job,
can I can I add on to what I
yes,
said?
yes, yes.
I know I said 8 hours a day, but after that 8 hour, I'm still thinking of, how do I do better? Like, what should I be doing? I still worry about, my coworkers. What should I tell my manager and stuff like that? It just doesn't shut off. I don't find it relaxing.
Yeah. So that's like an
Yeah.
entrepreneurial mindset though. But did you ever have like a business before, or you always had a job?
No, no, I grew up in my family. I grew up in a business family setting. My dad is a businessman. My mom, growing up, they're both business people. I've always, when I stepped into a company, I wanted to grow that business the way they would help me grow the way I grow my career or something like that. I don't know how to explain it correctly, but
I
I
got it.
treat that business as my own business.
Yeah.
But eventually, I know that everyone, as an employee, you are replaceable. No matter how you think of it or how much you contribute, you are. I mean, if they need to lay you off the next day, they will.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
And
So
that's like, because I graduated college, and, I was at that inflection moment, or like reflection moment, I should say. It's like, do I get a job? My parents want me to get a job and all that. But I really believed, ever since I was young, first of all, I couldn't take authority. I was very anti-authority when I was younger, especially. And it kind of just like stuck with me in that sense. I was like, I don't know if I want to give it a shot, give entrepreneurship a shot.
yeah.
And you definitely have that skill set. You can automatically tell, if you care that much about a job, you're fit to have your own business. Like, because most people that I know, at least, people that I grew up with have 9 to 5s now. They come in, clock out, go to the bar. They don't think about their job ever again. But, if
Hmm.
you already have that mindset, you might as well put it to use. And I think you
Yeah.
found a good avenue for
Yeah.
that.
For sure.
So
For
I want to
sure.
take you back a little bit from present day. Like, how did you find out about Simple Media, and what was your first reaction to it? What did you think about AI? Because I know everyone has different opinions about AI, good or bad. Kind of like first
Yeah.
part, I guess you could say, is how did you find out about us, and then what did you think about AI off the start?
I love AI. To be honest, I'm not against AI. The company I was before is very supportive with AI. I think it's just really the next best thing. And it just literally leveled the playing field for everyone. So anyone who hates AI is going to get left behind. You just have to accept it. It's like dating apps. When Tinder came out and all these stuff, people are judging people like, oh, you met your husband or your partner from a dating app. Like, that's so weird, but now everyone does dating apps. Everyone just needs to adapt, and if you're not, you can't be flexible, and if you're not that open-minded, there's of course pros and cons, but you have to always be open-minded to see what's good in there and how to take that opportunity or leverage that opportunity for yourself. And then when it comes to Simple Media and how I found out in Simple Media, as weird as it sounds, I am on multiple Discord channels that I'm not even aware of. I'm sure I clicked on a Simple Media Discord channel before. For some reason, I mean, I could say like it is destined. I was destined to be in Simple Media channel, even if I wasn't aware that I was in Simple Media, because my first job, my first like real corporate job, I didn't even know that how I got into that website or how before I applied. Like, it was so weird. It was like a miracle that God gave me. I see Simple Media as the same thing, but
Fate. It's fate.
yeah, it's really just faith. So, but I was there and I looked into some of your wins. I looked into the channels, like the chats of the members, outside the premium membership of Simple Media.
Mhm.
And basically, I focus on the wins, what you're posting. And I was there and started reading the chats and wins being posted and got really curious about, about
The whole
the
program.
success that you're having, the whole program, right? I've been trying to do TikTok shop. I saw a few success in there. I did live stream. I actually paid $3,000 in one course that I feel like was a scam.
It
But
happens. I mean, there's a lot out there, unfortunately, but yeah.
yeah, but it led me to AI TikTok shop or what you're offering. So everything is a stepping stone, and I don't take that for granted. Even if I feel like I got scammed, that's okay. It's part of it. It's part of the journey. So I reach out to one of the members, Monica, and ask her opinion before pulling the trigger. I also reach out to you personally and see what your response would be. So it sounded too good to be true, to be honest, and how easy you can get that money. And like all the courses or community I joined in, but I have to take a risk and bet on myself real hard this time. So, and I definitely trust God too, and that He will lead the way for me. And that felt like it took a while for me. It probably took a month for me to keep on looking at the chats and everything to see like, oh, they seem to be really active in the Discord and invested in helping people. You also give a lot of free sauce in the community. So I feel like, oh, if he's giving this away for free, then there must be so much more inside this community.
Yeah,
So,
and there was more, right? Because some people say, "Oh, there's no way," but there's more to it.
Yeah.
I love that.
It blew my mind when I got in and just like, oh God, I didn't even expect this. Like I was, my bar was like the bar was so low.
So,
it was
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Let me ask, because I know you mentioned a little bit. So so you bought courses before, you would say, right? And they didn't really work out for you, you'd say, for the most part. Like how did it make you feel? And by the way, I love how you framed it. I just want to kind of go on this topic you mentioned, which is, you know, it was kind of like a upsetting moment, but it was a stepping stone. And that's how like every failed investment has to be looked at.
Mhm.
Every failed attempt at something, you can't look at it as a complete loss and move on. Be like, okay, I'm in here.
Yeah.
I got maybe even a tiny bit of value. Maybe I like, okay, this is tiny bit interesting. Let me build on, let me go deeper and deeper and deeper. So kind of like, how did you feel,
Right.
when you bought courses before, and like what type did you buy, and like how did you like, I just want to go more on that because I think that's a good way to think and have a good mindset when going on to this like online money journey.
So first really expensive course I got was a $5,000 1-year community course for faceless YouTube automation thing. And I got burnt out on that, invested a lot in it, did almost my best to succeed in that space. It just didn't work out. But over time, I spent this much and then I spent this much on the other thing. Oh, the new thing, I should do this. And then, oh, there's another new thing. Let me try this one. Time I was able to discern like who are program itself and the person who's running it. Like I can see if they are really invested in supporting their students or just there for the money. I mean, the money is important, but at the same time, you have the founder like you should care and have more concern of the success of the students. I think one of the things that I applaud you for is how invested you are in putting in a lot of those work in Claude.
Thank you.
That's like a lot. That is a lot. And that I think is 80% of what Simple Media is and why we are successful as students. But going back to Stone of like investing all these things versus to be where I am right now, which is totally worth it, by the way. You can look at it as, I mean, it's like investing in other stuff, right? Like people like investors or business owners, they probably fail 90% of the time, but that 10% makes it all worth it. So you just have to always bet on yourself. And you just have to be wise, strategic about it. But as you do it, you'll learn. And each failure is not really fail. I mean, all you do is you lost money. That's it. But you still learn something, even if it's like a little bit, you can still apply that information into something else. And you probably saved a little more time than
Yes,
just by
absolutely.
doing it by yourself.
Absolutely. I love that. So yeah, it's like a stepping stone to your ultimate goals. And like, there's never going to be, I say this a lot in our calls, I'm sure you heard about it. It's never going to be like a straight trajectory up. It's always going to
Hmm.
be ups and downs, ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
And that's that. And yeah, the Claude project stuff and the work we put in there is, yeah, it's a lot, but it helps, worth it. And, like, I think a lot of people will say this too when they're like doing this infos and info communities and courses like, and I think it gets a bad rep because a lot of bad actors out there, but it truly feels so much better seeing multiple people win off the knowledge and the shit we do rather than just me myself. Like, yeah, money is money, right? I make money off it, you make, like, but the goal is for you guys to make a huge ROI, like 10, 20,
Yeah.
30, 40, 50x ROI, if not way more, when you guys
Yeah.
join, when people join. And that's the ultimate goal, and I want to build, like, this is just a start, to be honest with you. Like, I'm so excited. Like, this is just a start. We're going to get bigger and wider. The more platforms are adding affiliate marketing and more native shop like Instagram, we're going to get into your journey on Meta. I guess we get into it right now, I guess you could say. So give us a little bit of a picture here to the people that don't know you that well. It's like, what did your first 30 days look like in Simple Media? Because I know you took some time to learn, then you started scaling, you scaled super fast and went viral. So what did let's say the first 30 days, what did that look like?
The first 3 days when I just joined Simple
Yep.
Media.
First 30 days after you paid and joined in.
Yeah, so first 30 days, I went into the course, understand like what is, AI TikTok shop and stuff like that. There wasn't even any Amazon AI or Meta AI during that time.
Mhm.
And I got so pumped. I really, I went through the course like really in detail. I did that as my strategy instead of doing it right away in action is because I was spending time with my parents overseas, really busy with family and just wanted that reset. But I also want to get ahead and start learning before taking action. My second month is when I came back to the US, and I was like, all right, I need to start, grinding, working. I attended all the calls that are scheduled. I went into a coaching call with Jackson, asked my questions. Sometimes I don't even understand my own question during that time. And then all of a sudden, the Amazon or Meta opportunity was announced, and I was like, okay, this is, I think, would be something that I would be passionate about and really see like a full long term potential. I know TikTok Shop is also a good way to make money and start. But me personally, I just was looking into my own long term goals. So then that's when I put 100%, 110% into Meta or learning Amazon AI. I even built out the Claude. I mean, I started building out the Claude without you even posting it on your course, for specifically for the Meta project. But over time, it helped out. I When you posted it a week after, I started implementing what you teach. I didn't overthink it. I just followed whatever your Claude, the setup you created, and I just posted. I just started creating the account and posting it. No overthinking it. Like, what is the best avatar? What is and no overthinking it. I just posted, and then the 24 hours after that, even less than 24 hours after that, my post started getting viral. So I was just like, this is insane. I didn't even set up ManyChat during that time. I thought like, oh, if anything goes viral or have comments, I'll just do it manual. And then I woke up with like 50 to 100 comments and messages. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I started at 5 a.m. I was like setting up my ManyChat, but it only took me 15 to 30 minutes because of the module you have. So yeah, so it's pretty insane.
That's crazy. What is that page at followers now? How many followers do you have on that page now?
I think 400. Let me check. 400, over 400,000.
Over 400,000 followers on Instagram,
Yeah,
right?
On Instagram and 150 plus in
Facebook,
Facebook.
right? That's
Yeah.
insane. That's absolutely incredible. So on that page that you grew to like over 400,000 followers, how did you end up coming up with the idea of that avatar? Right? 'Cause you have to design that avatar in some sense. How did you end up designing it? How did you know what direction to go in? And how did you know just, okay, this is what I want to do?
I don't have any idea of how I would start an avatar or how what direction I should go for. But being in Simple Media, that's when the Claude project that Tommy created is what leads me to that avatar. I didn't overthink it. All I did was I pick all the multiple choices that the Claude gave me based on Tommy's setup, and I came up with and it came up with that avatar, and I just started posting. I didn't overthink it. There was no any preference of what avatar I should be doing. I just took that leap, did not overthink, and just start.
Lovely. Yeah, overthinking is it's that mid curve,
Yeah.
the right curve, left curve that we talk about. You can't get stuck in either, you can't get stuck in the middle. You have to go all
Yeah.
out in either direction.
Yeah.
So,
You should start and test it out. If it doesn't work, that is okay. There's more.
mhm.
There's more avatars, and there's always that Claude project that for you to work on.
Yeah, so we originally,
Yeah.
launched with TikTok Shop AI. Amazon AI, Instagram was always in the playbook. We just want to get TikTok Shop out there. And then we launched, I think, Meta, I think February,
Yeah.
March-ish around that time. And then, yeah, you were like the first person to really act fast. Like you acted super, super fast on that. And it is definitely very, very much so long term. There's pros and cons to both. Meta's pros definitely outweigh the cons of Meta. And then picking up both, I always tell people, when you're starting with AI, start with Meta. It's a little bit easier, less violations, less of the headache and hassle. And then once you build up a whole Meta army, a Meta, page, you get the grasp of that. Start delving into, TikTok Shop because that's where you can start, making a little bit quicker money, and you can start experimenting with more products. Essentially, there's like a plethora amount of
Mhm.
products you can do, right? So I think that's really really cool.
Yeah.
Now, I think,
I
but
also want to add, like, within 2 weeks of being in the Meta, I landed a brand deal.
yeah,
So,
and
so
how much was that? How much was that
it's
brand?
2,500 a month.
That's more.
So
That's
I was like, okay.
that's literally more than face content creators make, which is
Yeah.
it's like for a face content creator to get $2,500 retainer, they have to be like putting in that work for at least a couple
Yeah.
months before that happens. But
Yeah.
that's the unfair advantage of AI. You can say things perfectly, you can script it out, you can say it how you want to say it. Are there gonna be some
Mhm.
slight morphing issues, some slight glitches in your character? Sure. But it's like little details
Yeah.
that a lot of people don't pay attention to or even miss. Like you only see it because you're analyzing it super, super hard. But it's the general eye to the general public, they can't really tell. So
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. The amount of growth that you had, and then yeah, and then that was yeah. So month one, you want to delve. You ended up with like how much profit? You want to go into like month two, like month one. I mean, month two of actually actively post. So like, let me reframe this. Month one was all about education, learning. You were overseas with your
Yeah.
family, taking care of that
Yeah.
as you absolutely should. Family first, faith first as well.
Yeah.
Then month two, you start actually posting, and then month three, you want to go into month two and three.
Month two, so month two, I landed the brand deal. Also earned my first 100,000 followers on Instagram, and started earning, $15,000 on that first month. Second month is this month. I am in like my projection is, if my estimate is correct, I'm almost over 20K. My everyday since the month of May, the earnings that I'm getting is averaging from 500 to $1,000 a day. So which is pretty insane. It blows my mind, and I feel like, I want to pinch myself sometimes, but I also feel like, oh, $1,000 a day, is that a lot? Should I aim for more? I probably can aim for more. So,
You can. I'm telling you, you absolutely can. You can.
yeah.
That's actually incredible. That's absolutely incredible. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw some of the numbers like I mentioned earlier. You're absolutely gonna, I think you're gonna surpass 20K.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm saying like this, 500 to $1,000 in commission. This is not GMV. This is in commission.
profit,
Like my profit.
profit.
Yeah, my profit.
Yeah, that feels so good to hear. So good to hear.
And that is also possible because of all the partnerships that you have with brands. The commission percentage is actually insane. So it is it's very helpful for us creators as well to be part of Simple Media.
Yeah. So like that, we can give a little bit of sauce. So it's like 85% to 200%, depending on the, brand and product. We're really pushing on the high end of that now with a lot of brands. So that's very, very
Yeah.
exciting. And it might not make sense to a lot of people, but it's basically accounting for spillover and things of that sorts.
Yeah.
But
And also the bonuses too that you're giving out or the brands are giving out. I mean, I didn't expect that, but it was truly a blessing, Tommy. I mean, the generosity is really something that I appreciate. It's like you're blessing other people. That's why you're being blessed more. So I think
I
that's
love that.
that's how I see life, to be honest, and I see money throughout my entire career and my entire lifetime. I started earning money. The more I bless people, the more I'm being blessed. So
Icon, that means so much to me. That means actually the
yeah,
world. And I know, like, I'm not the best. Like, it's being grateful. Like, I mean, like, to be like saying thank you. Like, I just know how to say thank you a million times over. But really, thank you. That it does mean a ton because yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, we really like, realistically, to be straight up honest, like, we're still early stages. Like, like Simple Media as a company itself is still pretty early, and we have these big goals and aspirations. And we're not going to get there being greedy or
hmm,
we want to make sure everyone is a 10 out of 10 experience, 10 out of 10 satisfaction, and we're going to do all
yeah,
that we possibly can to make that happen. Next thing I kind of want to go over because I think this is going to be a good kind of like turning point. A lot of people, I'm assuming a lot of people are going to have questions about this. Now that you create AI content, right? We know that you print behind the scenes, someone that makes 15K and going to do well over 20K profit. Again, this is profit this month. What does your day-to-day look like? Like, I'd say first we can start off with like your day-to-day, and then we can go into like the tools and how you actually make content.
yeah. So my day starts with my kiddo. Of course, I make him breakfast. I get him ready for school, and that is non-negotiable for me. That's my routine. And I pack his lunchbox, and then it's either me or my husband takes him to school. But it's very flexible. By the time he's in school, around 9 a.m., I would sit down and start, you know, my day of working and creating content. First, I would actually sometimes I would just get into like browsing, and that's where I do my research on like, oh, what's working right now? Like, let me save that and da da da. Get some inspiration, and I go to Claude and start pumping out content. And then after Claude, once I have all my content pumped from Claude, I would start generating videos. I guess script is Claude, and then I generate videos through Heygen, Kling, or Veo, depending on the type of content I want to produce. And then after that, I'll start, scheduling posts through my phone, editing videos through CapCut and posting it on my phone. A good day would give me around 8 to 10 videos if I'm like really productive. But in between those times, I make my breakfast, I make my lunch, I go around and go to Target, run some errands, do some stuff. Very flexible. And then I sometimes would meet some friends, and then I would just adjust those times. Like, oh, I couldn't do two other videos at this hour. Then when my kiddo comes back from school and goes to bed, then I'll start, making more videos or learning new stuff or browsing stuff. So it's really the flexibility that I have. If how much I put in to posting is how much probably I would earn,
Yeah.
or how much I invest my time in learning and researching over time will pay out into improving my content for the next day or two. So there's really no wasting time because each stuff that I prioritize, whether it's for my kid, my husband, or myself, it's really important for my own mental,
Yeah.
health, um, and also, you know, just it's just more relaxing. Even if it sounds like a lot of work, it's not really that hard. It's
It's like once
it's
you,
worthwhile.
yeah, and like once you build
Yeah.
the system, you build like again the first month, like for someone's first 30 days, will be a little bit tough. Like, you're touching these new AI
Mhm.
tools. It's like it's a whole different language almost. It's like prompting, how do I
Yeah.
do it? Like, and then once you get in the rhythm, how much like roughly in terms of like how many hours do you think you spend a day making content, like just making content itself? Let's put research aside because like that, I spend a ton of hours researching too, but like actually making the
Yeah.
content that you post that make you the like 15, to over 20K profit. How much do you think?
Depending, because sometimes I also am learning on the go. I
While
would
you go, yeah.
say good hours, like 2 to 4 hours. If I'm really learning something new, I would say I'll give it like 4 to 6 hours.
Good. Yeah. And that makes a ton of sense. And I think researching too, I especially know you do this, and I think it's super important for people to understand research. Research is
Yeah,
crucial. And it's not only just like
yeah,
looking at AI videos, but looking at human videos, looking at like what are
yes,
human,
correct.
like you know that more than anybody, I would say, but studying what's going viral in the face with face human
Yeah,
creators, how can I correlate that to AI? Okay, and you could think to yourself,
yeah.
okay, well, I can't maybe get the crazy movements. Like if someone's doing
Hmm.
backflips and like, multiple product like throwing at the screen, a little bit tougher to do, right? Or like showing a screen, a little bit
Right.
tougher to do. But what's easy to do is like at least taking the script from them and you're using that, or using the selling angle, looking at the comments and realizing, okay, all the people are
Yeah,
talking about this thing. Let me go recreate that. So
yeah.
very
Don't
hard.
overthink it. Like look at viral videos
Yeah.
and just recreate it. That's it. And sometimes people think like, oh, my avatar is AI, so I mean I should treat it like AI. No, you just have to treat it as like a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
you are, I mean, you're behind it, but you imagine that you are actually posting it yourself. Like who are you going to copy? Then just copy those people,
Yeah.
Like
And I think another important thing is who are you selling to slash who are you talking to in your content? Like who do
yeah.
you like what's your ICP, your ideal customer profile? Who do you actually
Mm,
want to be talking to? Like, yes, obviously everybody wants to sell to the entire world, but you can't really do that. You have to pick out a subset of humans that you want to sell to. And like for us right
yeah.
now, and I'm sure you have experience with this, it's usually the older one, like 35, 40-year-old plus
Hmm.
woman usually are like the ideal customer. And you want to make sure you're targeting that. Or maybe let's say you're selling a testosterone product, or you want to sell to men just for any product. You have to make sure you cater the wording and the script around that, right?
Hmm.
I think we could talk about this. Well, this would be a good segment to get into next. Is like, what's the hard part that nobody talks about? What is actually hard about this? Because it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. There is always going to be a hard part. So, what do you think is like the hardest part
The
about this?
hard part is staying motivated and be consistent. That's really hard, like showing up every single day.
Consistency
I
compounds.
mean, yeah, because I mean, life gets in the way. I mean, I have a kid, he gets sick. There was like two full straight 2 weeks that I had to attend to him, that I was just going to be me. So I had to like, my efficiency or my production in the content slowed down, even my learning and my research, because I didn't want to always be on my phone while I'm with him, right? Or in my computer while I am with him. But yeah, that was kind of rough for me. But if I can do it, other people can do it. Like if you don't have a kid, you have all the time in the world to do whatever you need to do. So there is no excuse. If you have 2 kids, it's probably also hard, but you can still do it. If you make time for it, if you prioritize it, you would be able, even just, even if not producing a video, maybe just look and research and learn something new. But then, of course, over time, you still have to produce something. But just little steps, and don't feel discouraged if you're not able to percentage of efficiency you do it the previous days and you can't do it today. You still have to do it the next day.
Hmm.
So tomorrow is another day. It's not based on what you did yesterday or what you're going to do tomorrow.
Fucking love
Yeah,
it.
staying
I love
consistent.
I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think like the biggest thing, the reason why most people do fail is the mental side of this, right? Because like zoom out for a second. We're literally playing with AI tool. We're literally just putting words into a website. That website is generating us images and videos, and then we're posting that to people, and then they're buying products off that said video, and then it's almost as if money just kind of appears, right? Because you don't really see it. It's not like you're selling something like visually or physically. You don't have to ship anything out. And I just think it's literally the best model to change your life with. And we can talk about the money. The money is obviously great, but it's more so like knowing that money is a tool to buy you freedom. Like you talked about your daily schedule, right? You can, before when you're working a job, I assume you couldn't go to Target, run errands, or go out with your friends midday, or do whatever you wanted to do midday. You would always have to wait till after 5 o'clock, or once you were home. And
Or you have to wait like, oh, I have a meeting. I have to be back like this hour or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, because you work remote too, so you don't even have an office, but still, you still definitely you talk about that. How is it like working
Mhm.
remote versus how it is right now? Because you technically are working from the same spot, right? Right from
Yes, I
home, from your
am.
computer. How would you compare working remote at a job to like doing this with AI?
I always anticipate like being prepared. Working remotely for a job is something that I need to make reports. I need to make sure I am, fully prepared for a meeting. I have to report to someone. I have to share, documents with someone. I have to run them through this project. There's just a lot of people that I am responsible for, and also hold myself accountable for, to produce and give them something and not waste their time for like an hour for a meeting. So there are preparations before a meeting, so that also takes time, including the work that I have to produce just for my roles and responsibilities. So I feel like, I can't, working remotely still has that flexibility to, run some errands, but there's only a period of time that you can do it. You can't always, reschedule your meeting because you have to go to Target. I don't
Hmm.
think that is a responsible way to do it unless it is really urgent. But with affiliate marketing and doing AI and just working for myself, I can do whatever I want because I am not
Yeah,
tied to someone else's time, or I don't feel guilty about like, oh, they're paying me this much money, so I have to, be at my desk and make sure I produce this much work for them. I have my own accountability. If I want to produce this much, I have to put in more effort at this hour if I want to go someplace else and do something else.
yeah.
Um, After 2 hours.
I like that. And what do you think about the scalability, right? Because like, at a job you do kind of have that,
Mhm.
hourly
The
rate
cap.
and the cap, right? How do you see
Yeah.
AI going? Do you think, in your honest opinion, do you think you can scale this to be higher? Like,
Oh,
you
definitely.
feel confident like breaking barriers?
Definitely. There's a lot of opportunities in AI right now. Not just, I would say affiliate marketing is one avenue, but there are a lot of, I mean, what you learn in simple media or what you learn with affiliate marketing and creating avatars is something you can actually apply to other AI opportunities,
And I think at the core of what we do, right? Yes, we post AI influencers online, but you might look at it from a very shallow perspective and be like, oh, it's just AI. It's like you're just pressing AI. But no, we're really studying human psychology and how to sell, how to market,
Mhm.
how to build. So there's two sides to this game. It's like, yes, the visual,
Right.
like learning AI tools, but also the psychological and what you see behind the scenes, like understanding how to sell to people. I do want
Yeah.
to ask you, because I know there's some people that doubt your success. Would you mind pulling up your dashboard
Mhm.
and showing
Yeah.
us what that looks like? Because I know that's even when I was doing like my 30-day challenge with AI content, people were always, oh, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's too good to be true, huh?
Yeah.
What do you want to see? This is the past 7 days.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Scroll that. Let's see that
This is the
order
past
rev.
7 days.
Holy. That's over yeah, that's crazy.
I can go for this month. Actually, this month it's what? It's May 20. Is it May 21st this
Yeah.
month? So this month, this is
Damn.
my
You can
yeah.
you
Sorry.
no, you're
Just
good,
want
you're
to
good.
make sure there's no.
That's insane. There you go. There's
Yeah.
there's all the proof that people will talk upon.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I mean, before when I started earning this much, I would look at it every single day and like get obsessed with it. But now I just, try not to, and, just over time, like I don't want to get into my head. Like I just want to, produce as much and produce better as, I don't want it to take my time out of, producing content. Sometimes I get obsessed. It's like, oh, this is how much I'm selling. It's only 12 noon and I'm earning this much. Like I don't want that to get into my head. What I learned is I just have to show up and, be better than yesterday. And even if I don't sell as much today compared to yesterday, that is okay, because I see the potential, and there's always like ebbs and flows, right? It's not always like up every day.
Spot on, spot on. And that's the tough part too. Like, you're a huge winner. You're making a ton of money. You're seeing like life-changing amounts come in, and and also like, I mean, you were making like 15-ish K a month at your job, right? Now, like within 2, 3 months, you're at that level again. Like,
My goal was just 10,000 minus tax. 10,000, and then you just, so that's like what, like 5, 6,000 in,
yeah.
after
Oh,
tax. But now I'm like, all right, that this is kind of cool.
let's
Like,
shoot bigger. Let's shoot bigger. I love it. I love it. And yeah, because I know when I started, right, my first success was, with the AI game was on TikTok Shop. And I would know like that dashboard, even on Amazon Associates, it's like addicting to refresh all the time. Like, am I making money? How much did I make today? And it's like you can't get into that race. Like, yes, you want to check how much you're making, but don't let it control you. You said it perfectly. Like, don't
no,
let it control your thoughts, don't let it control your day. You got to operate as an operator, and you got to make your content, stick to that goal. Then once you're done posting your content, look at the analytics. Okay, what can I improve on? Were sales down? Why were they down? Let me go audit my content,
yeah,
my followers, my
yeah,
my viewers, my watch time, right? My engagement rate. Like, that's the time to analyze it.
yeah.
So I think that hits it pretty much spot on the head. And I think another question that a lot of people are going to ask is, have you ever been banned before? Because I know that comes up in a lot of talks of AI. What is your story there, in terms of getting banned, or have you ever had an account shut down? And how does that look?
I don't think I got banned. There's some automated restrictions, which is pretty normal in Instagram and Facebook. What you have to do is they always, if you open a new account on Instagram, they would always want to verify your identity, which is through your phone number. At least my experience is through my phone number. So I just have to put in my phone number, verify it, and then it will go back to normal. So yeah, I don't have really any really big issues with bans. You do have to comply with
Policy,
the
yeah.
community policy for Meta. I think your Claude project also helped decipher that. One thing that I would say is what I learned also through ManyChat. If you have so much followers and people are commenting and getting your post viral, sometimes you get restrictions because you've
Restriction.
been blasting a lot of automated messages. But you just have to be more strategic in that. So I got kind of burned in that, but I was able to fix it. You just have to make sure you comply with those community policies, and it should be good to go. It's not as, I have PTSD with TikTok Shop,
Yeah.
but Meta is very lenient.
It's much easier than TikTok Shop, to say the least, right?
Yeah,
It's not to that
yeah, yeah.
extreme at all. And if you were to give like your favorite aspects about Simple Media, let's get back to SM. What do you use the most? I know you talk about the Claude projects a lot. Do you want to like expand on that, or like anything else you'd want to talk about? Like, what is like your favorite aspect, and how do you use it?
With Simple Media or with Claude,
Simple
like,
Media,
or
just
just
in,
in
yeah,
general.
like what Simple Media offers. Like, what's your favorite part of SM? Per se?
Um, my favorite part of SM is really the community and the coaches and you, Tommy. Like, I've never been into a community where the coaches and the founder has been so active and so responsive. When I get stuck about something, which I don't too much, because at the moment I get stuck, I would ping someone through my coaching ticket, or someone in the community, and someone would always respond with a solution. When I was starting out with Veo and doing all these new video AI stuff, I I would just ping Dylan, like one of the coaches, and I would ask like, "Oh, what prompt should I use to make this avatar do this?" And all of a sudden, he'll just give me a prompt, and I'll just paste it in, and I learned something new. And over time, like I don't get stuck right away, so I'm not wasting time. Second is really how dedicated you are in upgrading all of the tools and systems within Simple Media, specifically Claude and other tools you have. That is something that I didn't even ask for or other people ask for. It's just you're just taking initiative to make sure your program, you're as a founder, is giving a lot of valuable tools to make your students successful or make your members successful. That level of concern or in I don't know what the word is, that level of dedication into your business and also into the community itself is really something invaluable, and you can't find from any other coaching program. I've never seen any coaching program, any big coaching program, especially big ones. They don't do that. Like they have a product, they sell it, and that's it. You're in the community, you get the benefit or whatever, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna improve anything at it's just something different. I couldn't explain until you're actually in Simple Media.
Make me blush out here. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. We try, we don't see this as like, buy and dip thing. It's like a very much so we are trying to actively, build a real team of people that are knowledgeable in AI, and like everyone can work with each other. It's like, yo,
yeah,
like, we're on this brand deal, on that brand, we're doing this, we're doing that. And like it drums up just more and more ideas and more things to really do,
yeah.
within this AI, within this whole AI space. So for like future projections, do you think you're going to scale with multiple accounts? How do you see the future going? What's your outlook on things?
Definitely gonna scale with future accounts. I'm actually looking into hiring people, so I can start doing more accounts. Um, and then yeah, there's other opportunities that I don't want to disclose yet, just because I'm not sure where it's
You're
going.
good. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Um,
Yeah, I got you.
so
I know what you're, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
it's like when I started this, I didn't want to tell anyone because I'm not sure. I
Yeah, I
don't want
know.
to feel that pressure, but yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of opportunities. Honestly, I haven't really scratched the surface yet, and all because I've seen success here in Simple Media, and really grateful for the experience and the help and the opportunity that you guys give us.
I love it. I love it. And it's well deserved to you all the success you get. Now, if there is a mom out there watching, what would she
Mhm.
just got laid off. She's like in the same situation as you. What would you kind of tell her?
Um, I just want them to know that where they are right now. Do you want me to talk to them like I'm talking to them,
Yeah,
or?
straight up, straight up. Because listen, like people are going to be surprised. This question might seem like a little bit awkward. I get it, but the reason why I'm asking it is because you're not the only like mom we have in the group. We have quite a few.
Yeah,
We have quite a few of like moms, and like I'll be honest, I didn't expect that to be like our top like creators. You
stay at
guys,
home moms.
yeah, you
Yeah,
guys are crushing it.
yeah,
So I'm sure like I can't talk
yeah,
to them that well, right? And like, yeah, this
yeah.
question is awkward to me asking it. I don't feel the best asking it in that sense. But if they were standing in front of you or sitting in front of you, what would you kind of tell them like how to think about things? You can talk a little bit about AI too, but the mindset it takes and how to really think
Yeah.
about this whole process.
I've been in your place, and I want you to know that where you are right now is not the end of your story. You have so much potential, and I know what it feels like to watch video after video, to want it so badly, but be too scared of jumping in, or to move. I was you, and the fear is real, the doubt is real, but so is the opportunity in front of you. I was laid off not by accident. Sometimes God closes doors because he needs you to stop standing in the wrong hallway. This might be the push you need, even if it doesn't feel that way right now.
It's good. It's
So
perfect. That's perfect. That's
yeah,
perfect.
it's
That's
never
perfect.
too late to start. It's never too late to start. You just got to take that leap.
Take that leap. And I know I really respect you a lot for this. Is you talk about God and faith a lot. I'm religious myself too. So how big of a role does faith play play to you and into your life?
Really, really big role. It makes me stay humble. All of the achievements that I've had, like the dashboard that you're seeing right now, all of those earnings are not because of me. It's because I honestly feel like the first brand deal that I got was a blessing from God because just looking back, I don't even understand what out of all the AI influencers in the world, why me? Like, why my influencer? That just started, 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
or a week ago during that time when he reached out. It is everything. Like it is like all the ideas that is flowing through my mind is because I asked for it. I prayed for wisdom and knowledge. It's not the talent that I have right now, or the things that I'm thinking right now or realizing is not from me. I know that there is someone behind me, which is God, that is giving me those ideas. The problem is he has like in my faith, I've in my experience throughout my entire life. I feel like I've always had this potential, but because I have this fear of failure in me. I just never been able to use that God-given talent that he has been always giving me. It's always the fear of failure. So if I want to give advice in general, not just for moms, just people in general, I would say to be successful in any space, not just this space, you just have to always be humble and grateful for whatever you're achieving. It's the people around you that God has placed for you to be successful. It's the people, all the things and ideas that you've been producing is because of Him. It's not because of you. It's not your talent. It's not you alone. Because if it's just you, then you're probably just always going to fail. So I think being humble makes people successful over time, and grateful too. You have to be grateful for the people who actually helped you out and who was around you. Um, of course, the second one is do not doubt yourself, because doubt is the enemy of progress. Like I said, if God gave you something, an idea, do not doubt it. Do not doubt yourself. If you think that would work, try it. And if you fail, at least that is another stepping stone to get to where you are. It's just part of the process. So trust and have faith with those ideas and what God is giving you. Pray and read the Bible. Truly, truly. I mean, I just started reading the Bible consistently like a year ago, and it has opened so many doors to me. Even if I lost my job, it's actually God closed that door for me to be more motivated and to just use what He knows that I can do. And then thirdly, just be a blessing to others. The more you give, the more you receive. Even if you're earning this much, I mean, I'm just scratching the surface. I mean, my goal is to earn money. That's why I'm working, but not because I want to be a millionaire or a billionaire and buy all these Ferraris and stuff like that, but because I want to give back and be a blessing to my family and to other people. That's it. The most important thing in life is your relationship with people. It's not money. Money comes and goes. I think the most important thing in life is your relationship with people. Now, if money is the tool for you to be able to have that flexibility to build your relationship and spend more time with your family, then do that. Like, make money and spend as much time as possible with your family and friends, because life is short, and you can't take money into your grave. You just have to spend it and spend time with your family, because in 100 years nobody would even know that you are here. I think lastly too, I think what I realized over time, like a year ago with my dad's diagnosis, the most important thing in life is actually our soul. If you have the same faith as me, after this life, the most important thing is eternity. So if your soul, you have to take care of your soul. So if that means, believe, like, investing in your faith and also, give back and do good, that's how it is. But to be happy, it's really with your relationship with people. It's not money. Money is just a tool, like you said.
Okay,
But that's why people try to achieve, earning money, because they want something else. Money just makes it easier.
give
So
me goosebumps. Icon, that was you are so good at speaking. You are, I could tell you are on a roll, and you really believe in God, and I do as well. And I think when a younger me, I would have said no, like I wasn't really that religious, but what ended up happening is like I just realized that, God is always watching, he's always working, and he works in mysterious ways, and at times you don't expect. Like I always was like, now is the
yeah,
right time, now is the right time, now is the right time, and it wasn't. If it wasn't meant to be, it's not going to
yeah,
happen at that time.
yeah,
And like you said, another key thing, we kind of hinted at it earlier in this call, is money is just a tool to do good, right? And like hopefully to do good for people. And it's the flashy stuff is the flashy